Okay, so right now Tyler's outside looking for a hot girl that we told him was out there. But there's not a hot girl out there. Right now we've got our segment, Top 10 Things We Like Better Than Kyle Busch. So let's get this started. Stoner.
Number 10, getting mauled by a polar bear and a grizzly bear all in the same day.
Number 9, swallowing a bowling ball.
Number 8, getting ran over at 7 million miles per hour.
Number 7, being locked in a dark room with a registered sex offender.
Number 6, dating a fat chick.
Number 5, getting testicular cancer.
Number 4, getting hepatitis C from a surgeon technician.
Number 3, kidney stones.
Number 2, eating off-brand rice cakes.
And number 1, seeing Tony Stewart in a Speedo.
While rubbing baby oil all over himself.
There you have it, guys.
There was no hot chick out there at all.
We better go.
Get out of the studio. Hello YouTube, welcome to Tyler Totten Live. I'm your host Tyler Totten. We have a great episode of Tyler Totten Live for you tonight. Because we did not make an episode for Fontana last week, we're going to combine Fontana and Las Vegas into one episode. We're going to have basically a double show with many great things. Let's get started. Tyler Totten Live is presented to you by Gatorade. Gatorade. That's G. You know, I'm actually seriously considering firing you and Travis because of that stunt you pulled. You know how much money you cost me doing that stunt? You know how much money it costs to run that Oh. Hey YouTube, welcome back. Like I said, we have a great show for you today because we're gonna wrap California and Las Vegas into this show. To start off, we're gonna wrap up California. Jimmie Johnson had an amazing win at California, coming there from just behind out of nowhere. You could call him the master of where did he come from, like Kevin Harvick's title is, even though Jimmie Johnson does it a lot more than Kevin Harvick does.
I agree.
So, Stoner, how do you feel about the dominance with Chad Knaus and Jimmie Johnson, where they're late in the race, they can basically manipulate the system with pit stops and calls like that, and then get out there and win the race and lead maybe 10, 15 laps?
Tyler, it's not luck what these two have together. It's just skill, plain skill. 4 in a row championships, that's skill. That's talent, that's not luck. To win 4 championships in a row, I think you have to be pretty darn lucky to do that. But it ain't, it's talent. And talent's what wins races. And he was talented at California. Chad Knaus had a good call. He did the right thing with taking a pit stop right then and getting out right before Jeff Burton crossed the line.
I agree. And maybe Jimmie Johnson wouldn't have won that race if a late slip up by Kevin Harvick, where he moved up out of the groove and sort of slapped the wall a little bit and he lost all of his momentum. I think Jeff Burton had a full head of steam there. I think he showed a lot of promise right there at the very end. You know,
he needs a win.
And a thing that bothered me was that Kevin Harvick in one of the truck races last year complained that he had the better truck, but Ron Hornaday wouldn't let him by. And if Ron Hornaday would have let him by, then Kevin Harvick could have chased down Kyle Busch and won the race. But Kevin Harvick was doing basically the same thing right there. He was blocking his teammate, not allowing his teammate to go up out to the wall, and being able to get that full head of steam. And I know maybe cup racing and truck racing is different scenarios, but still, I mean, Kevin Harvick it's a double standard with him. What do you think about that?
He is dying for a win. Hasn't had a cup race since Daytona of 2007. Richard Childress needs a win. So does Kevin Harvick. That's what I think.
I agree. The top 10 from Fontana was Jimmie Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Jeff Burton, Mark Martin, Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, Clint Bowyer, Tony Stewart, and Greg Biffle. We'll be right back from Tyler Totten Live. Dude, those cops are going to be after us after that. We killed that cop John West Town. We have got to get an escape plan or something.
Dude, veg out, man.
What was that? What was that?
I don't know. Get out there, man.
Don't you tell me what to do.
I'll tell you what. Get out there.
You're the one who killed the cop.
Shut up and get your butt out there.
I'm gonna kill you one of these days. You just wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take all your money.
Try. Can't handle this pressure anymore. It's too much for me.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to Tyler Totten Live, and alongside me is my other analyst, Travis Totten. This week we're going to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and that is a home track of brothers Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch, where last year Kyle Busch was on the pole but had to go to the rear because of an engine change. And he came back and won the race at his home track. He's been very dominant there, and what do you think his chances are for this week to win this race again?
Well, as you just said, Kyle got on the pole last year, had to go to the back, but he was the first driver to qualify on pole and then come back and win the race. Even though he started in the back, it doesn't really make a difference. He's been on kind of a bad streak here lately. He'll do all right, but then I think him owning the truck team now might get to him, all the stresses of that, because he hasn't been running well the last half of the season last year and the start of this season. So I think he might have a good run, but I don't think he has a chance to win.
I have to disagree with you because I think that Kyle does have a good chance of winning because when it's your home track, you have a little more motivation to win because you want the hometown fans to be able to go home and say, I saw the hometown hero win the race. I think that'd give him a little more confidence and a set of fire underneath him to win that race. And Kyle has been dominant there at that track, even though he's only had the one win. He's had 3 top 5 finishes, 4 top 10s, and has led many laps. This week he's 14th in the power rankings, and he starts 5th. But older brother Kurt sits on the pole with a new track record of 28.614 seconds. Now, I mean, like I said, it's his hometown track. He has the fire lit underneath him to win this race. What do you think his chances are? Even because he won 2 races last year. The Penske organization is getting better and better every week. And, what do you think his chances are?
Well, as I previously mentioned with Kyle Busch winning from the pole, I don't think Kurt wants to be outshone by his brother for too long. So I think he'll come out this week, like you said, with a fire lit underneath him. But it's even more because he's been shown up by his brother. Nobody ever wants to be shown up by their brother, especially their younger brother. It just bothers him. So I think he's going to come out with a fire, and I think we'll see him in victory lane this week.
All right. The starting lineup for this week's race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway is, as I mentioned, number 1, sitting on the pole, Kurt Busch with the new track record. Second is Jeff Gordon. He also had set the new track record for a short time until Kurt Busch came out and set a new track record. Then third is Ryan Newman. Fourth, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Fifth is Kyle Busch. Sixth is Joey Logano. Seventh is Greg Biffle. 8 is Mark Martin. 9th is Tony Stewart. And 10th is Juan Pablo Montoya. We'll be right back with more Tyler Totten Live after this.